AJ, I'm going to bring you up first. You have to. And you can do. Hey, we're live. Give it up, LASC. It's open mic night, and tonight I'm a little open. My name is Sunda Kronquist. I'm your host, and I wanted to say Happy Hanukkah to everyone that's out there, and Merry Christmas. That's coming up. In case you guys are interested, if you are in New York during that time, please make sure that you contact me if you need any coaching done. And that time will be after the 20th. And I'm just telling you guys because you tune in and then you say to me when you're going to be in New York. And I hate that because I'm telling you right now when I'm going to be in New York. And that's when I'm going to be in New York. And again, if I just want to give a round of applause to the people that make this place run, rock, and roll. Give it up for your comedy concierge, Samantha Linderman. Yes. And of course, the guy's going to turn this place over into the improv world. It's supposed to be Ryan Benson. And let's not say he's a show-off, but let's just say he's Jason Ham. That's right, our producer tonight. That's right. And we've got a lot of interesting things going on. We've got some new things coming up, God willing, in January. And I'm really excited about that. LA School of Comedy is a safe space. When I say it's a safe space, people come here because they can do whatever they want to do. So let's be real and let's make sure that everybody's respectful to the next person because I want this place to stay open. Okay? And if not, I'm going to jump the landlord. Just kidding, Mr. Landlord. You're not watching because it's Shabbat, and you should not be watching. All right? The rent will be there. You just keep waiting, just like you were going to fix my door. All right? It's amazing how many things will come up wrong in your place when it's time to pay rent. All of a sudden, you're just, I know one thing. You want to pay rent? And I tripped. I tripped over that broken thing how many times? And I ain't never sued you. I ain't never sued you one time. Oh, my God. And you know what the worst thing is? He has a guy that's working with him. He's a manager, he's Persian, and he's an anti-Semite. So he's telling me all these Jewish jokes that are horrendous. And I'm just saying, so then I did something terrible. He says, you do not complain to me. You go and you complain to the building manager that I pay him for that. And he says, call Ebby. And I said, I'd rather call Hamas. That's what I said in a friggin' text. He wrote, where is my rent? That's what he wrote back. Oh, I just couldn't take it. Just one more. He goes, I have to tell you other joke about the Jews. And I'm like, okay, let's stop that. All right. You know something, guys? I just want you to have a little patience with me. Sometimes I mispronounce names, and I apologize for that in advance. Because this gentleman that's coming up should never have his name mispronounced because he's representing a whole new community. But I'm going to let him tell you. For now, I'll just introduce him as the one and only Angelo Lobo. Let him tell you the story. Hello there, handsome.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
I didn't know I was coming up so soon.
Angelo.
Thank you so much. I'm just happy to be here, at least. School of Comedy. Welcome, everybody. A lot of good things happening. So I was driving over here and I was thinking, I've already told you guys the real reason why I got up here. I'm divorced, obviously, and you know that. It really does seem like yesterday. I was packing up my little Nissan Sentra and had a couple of trash bags and a painting that I still have. And I looked at Lulu in the garage as I was getting ready to leave, and I said, you know, sweetie, it could be a year, it could be 3 years, it could be 6 years. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to send you some money, take care of you. And she looked at me and said, you're freaking funny. You should be a comedian. Here I am. And the way I look at things, that check's probably 20 years out. A lot of people have me mixed up because when I got divorced, I'll tell you guys again, it was a couple of things I didn't want to give up. It's the truth. I didn't want to give it up. And a couple of things I was always upset with. When I got married, you know, you sign the paperwork and all of a sudden it becomes, you didn't take the trash out today.
Yeah.
Why didn't you take the trash out? It's on the calendar. What happened to before we got married? It was blowjobs every morning. I don't say, it's on the calendar. If you do it on Monday, it'll be right for the rest of the week. I don't do that. See, everything changed when I got married. It was like sex every day, and you had fun. As soon as I signed that marriage certificate, it was like it stopped. I was like, what happened? She used to walk around with thongs and bikini underwear. Now it's layered with sweatpants and clothes. And it really pissed me off. I'm like, I don't tell you what to do. Blowjob, I can put it on the calendar. But I really got along with my ex until we got to the rest of the family. Like when we got married, everybody kind of moved in with us. My ex is Indian. So it was like 200 people that came with us. And I didn't have a couch to sit on. What else was I supposed to do? I got so hooked on drugs and alcohol. I didn't want to give up. 2 things, alcohol and my mistress. Cocaine. I keep talking about it because cocaine had me by the throat, by the balls. Her and I had a relationship. It was like a domestic violence case every night. She would beat me up, hit me, kick me. I'd fall on the ground and bleed all over the place. And I'd get up and say, she didn't mean it. She loved me. Where is she? One time I called the cops on myself. I got so high, I was like, shit, somebody's trying to kill me. So I called 911. I said, hey, 911, what's your emergency? I said, somebody's trying to kill me. I think they came through the garage. Really? Okay, well, and then I thought in the back of my mind, shit, they're going to send a cruiser. Never mind. I think it's a false alarm. Forget it. And I was paranoid for the rest of the week because I'm like, damn, they're going to send somebody. Nobody ever came, but I still kept thinking it. See, I had three great neighbors in my cul-de-sac. Marine Mike, okay, he was a Marine. He was really good. I always thanked him for his service. But he kept saying, I was up to here in Vietnam. And his wife said, you weren't in Vietnam, you're in Iraq. He said, well, there's war. And then we had Jesse, the landscaper. And he was a landscaper for everybody else, but he didn't do his own fucking lawn. And then I had this skateboard champion. Okay, the skateboard champion, he was always like, oh, man, I'm famous, I got this. I only saw him skateboarding in his backyard. I never saw it. Like Tony Hawk, Hey, Tony Hawk, man, it's Tony Hawk. I never knew him. But, they're neighbors. There's a cul-de-sac, man. You get along with your neighbors. But when I got high, it was like, I would see Marine Mike, and I was in the cul-de-sac going around in circles, and Marine was like, what the fuck are you doing? And one day he goes, hey, Angela, come here. What happened the other night? What was going on over there? I'm like, man, I don't know. My foot got stuck in the pedal. And the landscaper was like, man, I lived through you. I want to get high like you. I see you through the window. I want to live through you. I'm like, don't get high. But, I don't know. It was great getting high. You know how I got... Look, I'll tell you guys the truth. Again, this is just my life. I grew up watching Tony Montana, Scarface. I was working at 13. I was in a little Italian restaurant called Siciliano's on the East Coast. And this American waiter, this white guy, come in, and he always be like, man, come on, man, we got to get some kilos, man. We got to get some kilos of man, on Tony Montana. And I was a dishwasher. I was like, well, this guy's always wired. And I said, what are you doing? He's like, I'm watching this great movie, man, Scarface. So I started watching Scarface. And I would go around reciting it. People like you need people like me. So you can point your fucking fingers and say, hey, that's the bad guy. And then I met this Cuban guy. He said, hey, Angelo, I got some puro stuff. It's good. It's good stuff. But give cuidado, man. It's gonna... But see, I was used to the movie. I knew I could handle it. And man, my first line, I was gone. I was gone. And the guy told me, you got to go slow. Man, I thought I was in Scarface the whole freaking week. I was so high and wired. But I felt like this is it. I'm on top of the world. Cocaine. Gotta have it. And then I was like, it doesn't work for me. But I sold it. Then it worked for me. I made a lot of money. I was like, shoot, I'm meeting people. I'm selling kilos. This is fun. Got a lot of cash. The police officer didn't think that, though. He said, "Oh, this is not going to work, Mr. Lobo." But you know, one thing I can tell you, with my marriage, it was going great till it wasn't. And when she came into me one day with an ultimatum, I thought she was going to be different. She walks in the door in my space, because I'm in the garage. That's a man cave. And she comes in and she got these really tight bikinis. And she was looking good. I was like, oh my God, this is like when we got married. This is going to be hot. This is awesome. And she's looking good. And I'm thinking, I'm fantasizing. Now I'm high, but I'm fantasizing. I was like, okay, it's like the old days. I'm going to throw her on the washing machine, turn the spin cycle on. Then I got my saw table over here. She liked horror movies, so I was going to turn the saw on. Yeah. You know, make it freaky. And all of a sudden, she does that thing she used to do, like put her hand on the hip. And I know shit's going to fly now. She's going to say something. Angelo, I know you're messing around with cocaine. It's either me or her. And she walks off. I was like, damn, there goes my sex. So then I got together with my committee, my 3 favorite people, me, myself, and I. I put them in the garage and I said, look, me got involved and said, yeah, man, Angelo, you're not doing right. She's going to kick you out and you better change your life. And then I got involved, and he's whispering. He's like, fucking man, these people just fucking taking over your house. Let's get the fuck out of here. And then me said, yeah, but let's have a threesome before you go. Let's pick up tequila. Have you ever gotten so drunk or high you thought they were coming after you? That's what I thought. And I heard whispers, man. I said, ain't going out there. There's helicopters. There's helicopters. Helicopters are coming. I said, fuck it, I'm out of here. Got in my car and I was gone. Somehow, I remember Lulu got into a moving car. And she said, Angela, what's going on? What happened? I said, I gotta get out of here. They're after me. Who's they? She said, you're driving me crazy. You're not the man I married. I go, you're they. You're the one that sent them. And all of a sudden, tequila kicked in. Lie to her, dude. You better lie to her. Just lie. See, it was like tequila was good because it calmed me down. Most people get really wired on cocaine. I just say smooth. And tequila kind of even smoothened me out more. I said, sweetie, look, I've been stressed. I bought 2 plots of land and I'm trying to figure it out. And she said, really? So it's not cocaine? I said, oh, no. It's not cocaine. She said, oh, okay, well, you bought 2 plots of land. What are you going to do with the other one? I said, I'm going to build a dream house for you and I'll build a 7-Eleven for myself. There was a lot more to that joke, but I got so fascinated with cocaine, I just forgot it. All right, well, that's going to be my time, and I'm just looking forward to you guys coming up here. And thanks for having me.
Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram under Aguinaldo Lobo. Aguinaldo, Cape Verdean. Thank you for having me.
Yes! Aguinaldo, why can't I say it? Why can't I say it?
Yes, my first grade teacher couldn't say it, so
Say it
it's
again.
okay. Aguinaldo Coelho Lobo.
Lobo.
Yeah.
It's a bene,
It's
but
a bene.
Aguinaldo.
Aguinaldo
Aguinaldo.
Coelho
Coelho.
Lobo.
Lobo. Para bailar la bamba se necesita una poca de gracia. All right, well, give it up for Mr. Lobo, huh? Vaya. Cape Verdes. Did you realize he comes from another country? Cape Verdes sounds like so exotic. So is our next comedian. She's here all the time when I'm not here, and she's your comedy concierge. Sam Linderman, ladies and gentlemen, let her hear you. Yes! Woo! That's you!
She wants me to be more exotic. She wants me to, you know what I mean. I guess white's not in anymore. I'm kidding. No, my mom actually is from Argentina, and my dad is from Poinsettia. So there's that. My mom's from Argentina, and everybody says that Argentinians are the whitest Latino people in the world. Anyways, my mom's white, but then her name's Alejandra. She'll break out into Spanish. And then you're little and like she wants to like cut the line and she starts talking to like the guy in the kitchen in Spanish. I'm like, Mom, what if he doesn't speak Spanish? She was never wrong. Not once. It's good to see you guys. Familiar faces, new faces. We're talking about drugs. I was in a sober living at one point. Thanks so much, huh? When you say that at one point, it's like clear that it's like not anymore. I was sober living for a minute. And that was like the best sleepaway camp I've ever been to. It was so crazy. It was in the valley, so it was nothing nuts, but it was just, you know, a lot of, you know, sharing stories. What else? Obviously meetings. It's so funny. I mean, it's not funny. There was this one lady there who, you know what I mean, when they just gaze. You know, they did it for so long that they're in a daze and a gaze. And she never participated, nothing. And I remember one time during my share, she says, "Are we done yet?" And I was like, "Amy, I didn't know you could talk." But you're going to tell me to be quiet about your share, babe. I remember me and my roommate got in trouble because our room was too messy. And I was just like, really, guys? Really? We're stone cold sober. Like, leave us alone. You know, this isn't like, I don't know, debutante school. Like, let's just stay clean. But we don't have to be, like, clean. You know, like, we be clean. We don't have to be clean, pristine, you know. That was so nuts, finding dishes under our bed and stuff. And it's like, I'm sorry, we got character, whatever. I remember this girl, everybody hated her. She was openly there just for marijuana. And I'm like, why do you have to embarrass yourself like that? I don't know. She would say that all the time, and then every group it was talking about her boyfriend. She'd be like, she's like, I'm scared he's gonna like kill me or something. Like he might come here. And I was like, do you want a ward? Like, you know, I get it. He likes you. I get it. He'll show up. That's great. You have somebody who shows up and answers the phone. Whatever. Does he call you 15 times? Yeah. Who's calling me? Nobody. So I felt like it was all to make me jealous, but maybe not. I remember I used to call everybody babe. Hey, babe. And I said it to her boyfriend, and she goes, what did you call him? And I gaslit the fuck out of this girl. I was like, why would I say that? No, seriously. Like, what would make you think that I would say that? Do I say that like I was nuts? And she was like, well, you're a lesbian anyway. Like it's a slur. You know what I mean? I was like, first of all, I wish. Second of all, I get it. Everybody thinks so. I'm bald right now. That is so funny when you're just like, I don't know. The men who were attracted to me when I was bald was really interesting. A lot of fedoras. What else? A lot of, for some reason, and this might just be me always, but a lot of mommy issues come up for some reason with that. I don't know what it's about. I was about to hook up with this guy, and he was like, my mom had hair just like yours before she died. Oh my God. I was like, hot, take it off, okay. The only thing worse is when a guy's like, so what do you think about like the Joey Diaz podcast? Come on in. Welcome, good to see you. I don't know if we've met, but I feel like any room I walk into, I want to, welcome back. Oh, take a seat wherever you'd like, seriously. You miss nothing. Anyway, so I was about to hook up with some guy, right? And he's like, what do you think about Dave Chappelle? And I'm like, do you want him or do you want me? You know, like, is this the deal breaker? Like, I thought we were supposed to be like, when was the last time you were tested? What do you like? All this stuff. And it's like, what do you think about Dave Chappelle? I think he's not here right now. You know, and I think if he was here, he wouldn't like you either. What makes you think that? I had work today, and it's been pointed out to me I have some attention-seeking behaviors. Hence the microphone and the pink and welcome in. You saw when I did that, you know what I mean? Like I think if I said, hey, I like attention, we just met, but you wouldn't be like, oh no, you know what I mean? Like you're not phased. Anyway, I'm so glad you guys are here. Have you been here before? No. Are either of you comedians?
Not yet, but
You hesitated. Your wife doesn't think you're funny, but the best thing to talk about on stage is how your wife doesn't think you're funny. I wish I had a wife, just so I could joke about her, you know? God, she won't leave me alone. This goddamn woman loves me so much. That's always what it is. I mean, she gets upset, you know, when I talk about her sister like that, but it's a compliment. She looks just like her. I don't know. Men are so fun though. I don't know. I can't. They're so fun. Dating apps. People talk about dating apps a lot. I'm just not really good at the apps anymore. There's so many. I'm expected to be on all of them. Instagram has a Twitter now. Twitter's got an X. You know, Twitter's X is Twitter. And it's too much. You know, I feel like I've gotten desensitized to human beings. Does that make sense? When I see a face and immediately I go, no, no, nothing behind those eyes. You know what I mean? That's portrait mode. Who are you trying to impress? You know, there's so many things. I feel like when there's 3 or more pictures with a dog, I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. We get it. You care. Throw baby in there. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like I'm supposed to be so impressed that you're able to take care of this like pom-pom that was definitely also your ex-girlfriend's and you have shared custody because you're fucking weirdos. I don't know. I love my dog, but if I was in a relationship and it ended, I don't think I could do that every other week with a dog. Anybody else? Does anybody here, seriously, and that's fine. It's okay. Do you think you would do shared dog custody? No, right? No. And I look like I would. Again, you don't even look. This is a girl who looks like she might have shared dog custody. I love my dog. I do. Her name is Rhino. And she's a pit bull lab with a whole lot of zhuzh. And sometimes I have to pull her. And I'm like, Rhino, come here. You know, and I'm like, that must be terrifying. Rhino, stop it. Don't go after her, you know. It's a baby. No. But all the time, people are like, can I pet her? She looks so sweet. I love her coat, you know. I'm like, she'll make you a freaking coat with your skin. That's the worst. There's this really small white guy with dreadlocks, and I'm like, oh God, this again. You know, where I'm just like, can you stop? And it's like, you know, like he's this tall and his dreadlocks are this tall, and it's like, not only are you a white guy with dreadlocks, it's like you're more dreadlock than guy. You know, like it's just like it's too much. I dread him. I wish I could lock myself in a room. I don't have to see him anymore. Anyways, he's like, oh, can I pet her? And I'm like, no. And he was like, I used to be a dog trainer. I'm like, cool, I'm still going to have you sign a waiver before we do this. You know what I mean? This is how everything gets set up. All of a sudden she bites you and, I'm allergic to dog, you know? Thank you. But what was I going to say? Yeah, he was like, and then she jumped up on him like I said that she would. And then she went back down and he goes, you need to tell her she's a good dog when she doesn't bite people. And I'm like, I don't know what kink this is. I don't know why you're telling me to call her a good girl if you're trying to call me a good girl and you can't because I'm human. But it's weird. I love living in West Hollywood though. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love this place. Give it up for LA School of Comedy. I'm so glad you guys found us. And now you're going to come back every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, give it up for Sunda Kroonquist, your host tonight. You can find me on Instagram at SamLikeTBH or here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that's that, folks. And that's it.
Thank you, Sam. Give it up for the Rotary Club that's here tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah! Our Rotarians are here tonight. You need the Rotary Club. Everybody needs the Rotary Club. Everybody, especially Alan Weiss. But I'm just kidding, Alan. I was just kidding. I'm going to bring up our next performer. I am so glad. I haven't seen him in a month of Sundays, and I'm so glad to see him. And make yourselves comfortable for the comedy of the one and only Tony Stees. Let him hear you. I give more than a bump.
A bump of cocaine, right? Show ass motherfucker. I ain't talking to you, nigga. All right, anyway. If it's any haters in here, anybody got some animosity towards me, I will knock your ass out when we walk outside. Now, with that being said, let's have a good time. Let's enjoy this show. I'm really black. I'm not the fucking whack black. I'm not fucking cracker black. I'm not talking to you like this. I'm not telling corny jokes. My jokes are real. They're from the struggle. But anyway, never trust a white bitch that look like Kevin Bacon. We all seen him. You seen Hollow Man? Well, yeah, don't trust that bitch. All right, come on, man. Mr. And he took my seat too. I hate you! You fucking tall Ben. Who's the short one? Is it Ben Cruz or Tom Hanks? Which one is the short one? Is it Ben Affleck? Is it Ben Affleck or Tom Cruise? Yeah, you fucking tall Tom Cruise. I hate you! That fucking John Deere hat, you fucking racist. You look like you lawn grasses and say nigger on the weekends. And, oh, you laughed at that because you just said nigger last week. No, he said it last minute. But anyway, never trust a white bitch that looks like Kevin Bacon. I just want you to take note of that.
Do I look like Kevin Bacon?
Do you?
I don't know.
Have you seen Hollow Man?
No.
You don't look like Kevin Bacon. But he was invisible in the movie. No, for real though. Hollow Man is a movie about an invisible guy. Like a guy who turned invisible and started like raping chicks. All right, anyway. That was none of my material. You know you're getting old when you start liking pills and shit. Like, I've been going to the doctors for bullshit. Just like, oh, my abdomen hurts. They just be giving me shit. Like, here, take some Tylenol. I'm like, fuck it, give me Adderall. Like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Pills are great. I love pills. I used to be young, like, I don't need this shit. I'm healthy. Now I'm just like, give me that shit. That shit feel good. All right, kiss my ass. Did I say never trust a white bitch that look like Kevin Bacon? Yeah, I mean that. Some of y'all moms probably look like Kevin Bacon. No, I'm just kidding. How many white people is it? Because all y'all moms look like... No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, fuck jail. Fuck jail. I'm a regular there. You know you hate jail when you go there. They're just like, welcome back, Tony. I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I here again? Fuck. Like, we knew you'd be back. I'm like, fuck y'all. All right, that was my rant on jail. Like, I did this shit in a month. Trust me, I've been going through some shit, man. I met this girl. I thought this was the girl of my dreams, bro. Fire. Bad. I'm like, damn, this bitch fire. Like, I might marry this chick. Took her on a date. All the good shit happened. Like, date went good. Dinner went good. I had enough money to pay for the date. Took her home in my whip. She didn't think it was a shitty whip. I was like, damn, this is going great. I might hit that. I'm about to hit that. And you know what she says? She's like, before we have sex, I want you to know I have the herpes virus. You laughing? This shit really happened literally last week. I'm like, fuck! I'm like, God, are you serious? I looked up in the sky, bro. I was like, God, come on, man. Hey, man, what you talking about, man? Well, you ain't texting nobody, bro. You on Home Depot looking for a fucking drill right now. You look like a driller. No, I'm just kidding, bro. Nah, why she laughing? No, he look like he looking for a drill right now. I don't know why. You just got that. I don't like that collar shirt sketchy, bro. I'm finna roast you for texting while I'm doing my set, bro. I'm finna get you a whole... No, I'm just kidding. Nah, cause fuck jail. If I hurt him... Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna hurt you, bro. You might hurt me. Nah, but I'm strong, man. I've been sipping that black seed oil, bro. You ain't watched woke TikTok? Man, that black TikTok have you buying shit you don't even want. I was watching woke TikTok. That was like, man, this black seed oil turn you from a boy to a man. And I was like, fuck it, I'm finna buy this shit. Nobody told you black seed oil tastes like shit. You know what black seed oil tastes like? All right, look. You ever see a snail cross past you? And that little trail they leave behind? That's what black seed oil is. It's fucking snail trail. That shit is dragon piss. It's tree jizz. It's tree semen, literally. You look like you drank some tree semen before. No, I'm just kidding. He's like, nah. But I had some branch semen. Like the branch manager. No. My bad, bro. I'm drunk as fuck. So if I laughed at any of y'all, it wasn't because y'all was funny. It's because I was drunk as fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, y'all motherfuckers. Nah, fuck y'all. We ain't gonna make it. We all here. No, I'm just kidding. We gonna make it. We gonna make it, y'all. We gonna make it. Yeah, psych. Hey, John Deere. You don't want to give feedback tonight. I already been in a couple scraps today. I got jumped by some old people. This is a true story. I got jumped by some senior citizens today. I mean, I won, but the extra senior citizen, he jumped in at the last minute and hit me in the nose. That's why I got this little thing right here. I'm not even making this shit up. And John Deere, I'm letting you know, bro. You don't want to get feedback today. I'm really on a good one. You might get drop kicked off this stage, bro. I'm on some wrestling shit. I don't want no negative feedback. It better be all, he was good. Oh, yeah. Maybe he should work. It better not be no, he was anything rhyme with shit, you finna get hit. No, I'm just kidding. I'll give you a pause. If you want to do something?
No, he doesn't.
All right. Fuck all y'all. Like I said, old people, I hate them. I just got jumped by some senior citizens. But anyway, nah, look. I hate technology. Like, I hate old people that don't want to accept new technology. You ever meet an old person that just gave up on technology? Like, my grandma, she haven't had a cell phone since, like, 2012. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she saw cell phones and just was like, nah, it don't sound right. I don't want one. Like, I know some homeless people with cell phones. Like, and they getting disrespectful too. This homeless dude tried to text while asking me for $1. He was like, hey, bro, you got some money for me? I was like, nah. He was still texting. He was just like, yeah, I ain't even tripping. I got this bitch cash apping me some shit. I'm just like, what the fuck? That's how we doing these days? New shit. It's new shit. It's new shit. You still doing some Home Depot shit, huh?
Oh, no.
That drill you just ain't found the right drill, have you, sir? You ain't gonna find it either. Home Depot ain't got no good drills, bro. You gotta go to Lowe's. You gotta go to Lowe's.com. LOWES. This is my best shit I got going right now. I'm just keep talking about him. Nah, I'm just kidding. Was that the light?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Oh, shit. 2? Fuck. You breathing, John Deere? Tall Tom Cruise? Because soon as you walk up, I'm leaving for your late ass showing up. But anyway. Yeah, you know what? I think that's all I got. I ain't looking for y'all. Don't look for me. Trust me, I got warrants, baby. All right, y'all have a good night.
All right, thank you. I see you got quiet when I got ready to come up. Oh my God. Where were you at the Rotary Club the other day? You were there when I walked in late?
Yeah, you sat right next to me.
See, you can't even get mad. Tony, you can't even get mad. I can't remember. No, I did not. He said I said his name wrong 10 times. His name is Agnello, and I call him Angelo, but it doesn't matter. Someone's coming in, and that's great. Come on in. When you guys want to get up or do anything, wait till I'm on stage. There you go. Hello there, handsome. All right, come on in. Orpheus. Is that what you said? Come on in. I'm not going to stand here. A seat's right here, next to his brother. Come on, Albert. Give it up for Albert.
Thank you very much.
With them new slips.
Yes.
No, not me flips. What do you call them? Skips? What do you call sneakers? Kicks. They're kicks. They're kicks. Right. I'm so sorry. Listen, not everybody can be on time, but we're going to be really nice because we have the comedy of Mr. Alan Weiss. Let him hear you. Come on. Alan.
Hello.
Okay, thank you, everybody. My name is Alan Weiss. Thank you. I don't want to shock you, causing issues, but I'm an accountant. I'm also dyslexic. It's challenging because I might accidentally commit fraud. But don't worry, I found out it's not fraud unless there's intent. I work at a fashion company. I work at fashion companies, and it's crazy there. It's actually nuts there. And I'm trying to remember what they. Okay, so my boss's boss comes into the office. He comes into my boss's office and he goes, I'm gonna, if they don't give me what I want, I'm gonna quit. And then he looks at my boss and says, you can come with me. And then he looks at me, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get to go with him. It's gonna be so sweet. And he just leaves the office. He doesn't, I'm not going with him apparently. There was an important meeting and the president, one of the higher ups, one of the executives in the meeting, it's a board meeting, it's with the board, it's very important. And he just, in the middle of the executive was like, I have a hard stop, so I gotta leave. That's like going up to having a meeting with President Biden or what U.S. president going like, I have 5 minutes. I keep it short, keep it quick. That was the board meeting. I think it's funny, like when you're in the office and you ask people like how your weekend was, and they go, oh, it was good, and then when they say it's bad, you always ask them why it was bad. You're like, oh, why was it bad? But no one ever asks you why your weekend was good. And I'm like, oh, why is your weekend good? I'm a little scared if someone's going to ask that, but I'm like, because it wasn't good. I was just saying it was good. So they wouldn't ask me why it was bad. This fashion company, the fun stuff at this is people like to come to me when they learn I work at a fashion company. They like to air all their complaints. They like to come up to me, all their complaints, and they go, like this one woman, I was at a wedding, and she comes up to me and she goes, I hate men because you invented the bra and it sucks. And I was like, come on now. First off, it was a woman. And second, if it was a man, it wouldn't exist. It wouldn't exist. Come on. I've been journaling my day. I was trying to figure out what I do, like just to track and see stuff, and I realized I'm pretty boring. I eat peanut butter every day. Literally every day. I eat the same thing every day. I'm not like Brad Pitt, I wish. Maybe I'd get a girl. But I eat peanut butter every day. And my coworkers make fun of me because I eat the same thing every day. They're like, why don't you eat something else? I'm an accountant. Pretty boring. I have a reputation to uphold, I told them. If I ate something else, like, something fancy, like Thai food or something, then people would think I'm fun. And I'd lose my job. Where did I land? I lost my thought place. So I do stand up because my boss said I work too much. So that's why I do this. In case you're wondering why an accountant is up on stage when I could just be doing accounting. I'm an accountant. I work at a fashion company. Before that, I worked at a fashion company. And before that, I worked at a fashion company as accounting. Before that, I worked at an accounting firm, a big accounting firm. And before that, I was a camp counselor. And I had a group of kids, and one of them had ADHD. And I was like, oh, never again. I was like, I got to do something that's not with people. So that's why I did accounting. And before that, I worked at a train store, in a model train store, and and to keep the part, I have to keep the part, if you're playing a train store. So I had a model train set in a coffee table at my house, just to keep the part, and so that happened, and so now in meetings at companies, we have like the design company comes up and says, why don't you just put a train on that shirt? That'd be kind of cool. They put a whistle, a little whistle stop, and then I go in like, you need a scent. Why don't you have that smoke scent from the train? You're from the Rotary Club. That's really cool. My dad raises a lot of money for the Rotary Club through a car show he does in San Marino. So thank you for all the getting rid of polio.
It's actually true.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad because then, if I got it, I wouldn't be walking. True. There's a presidents, the presidents are interesting because, they don't have really drinks named after presidents, or they don't really have drinks named after their essence of their presidency. And I always go like, well, why don't they do that? They should have that. Like Clinton, it'd be like a long cylindrical glass with extra head. and then like they could have like the FDR. It would be so strong you'd have to be rolled out in a wheelchair. Or the Kennedy, you'd get a massive headache. Too soon. This is too soon. Not soon enough. Okay. I want to open up my own restaurant. I'm an entrepreneur. I want to open my own restaurant, but to hand out fortune cookies, not to actually make food. And I want to have it where a couple comes in and they'll go like this. They'll sit down and they'll give them a fortune cookie and they'll crack and they'll go, you're going to get lucky tonight. Or you'll find the love of your dreams. Or your wife knows, don't go home. So let's see, what else do we have? I went to my therapist, and she told me I'm on spectrum, and I said, how do you know? And she's like, your shoddy connection. And then someone told me I had a really great deadpan, and he's like, how does that work? And I said, it's called autistic. And then someone else asked me, well, how did you get it? And I said, I got my COVID shot. Oh, too soon. It's not how I got it. So I went to my therapist, and she decided to teach me about love. She was trying to teach me about love, and she told me my love language is touch. The problem is I don't like to be touched, except for one place, my heart. Yeah. She also told me I need to be more social. So she invited me to a brunch, and I asked her what I'd bring, and she said, bring the fluffiest pita you can find. So I'm in Whole Foods filling up the pita. I'm like, oh yeah, this one feels kind of hard. This one feels just right. Oh yeah, this one's it. And I thought if someone saw me, they're going to think I'm a pedophile. Bump. Brilliant. So I got out of there. I didn't want to have that issue. I'm an accountant, and I decided, and let me go back. So it's Hanukkah. Hanukkah's fun, and years and years ago, I had a coworker who came up to me during Hanukkah, and he asked me if I had a Passover bush for Hanukkah. And I said, yes, I do. It's in my backyard. We hide behind it, light it on fire, and wait for Moses to come. And he brings plagues. It's 10 of them. Unfortunately, I'm not the firstborn. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if I have anything else I want to work on tonight. Therapist. Oh, I don't know what that says. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, okay. So I go to there's these guys. I don't know. There's a term called body dysmorphia. You heard of it? It's where these guys who work out, they just want to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and they can never get big enough. And they have that vein in their neck, and they're just like, I need to get bigger. And so I go to. They're all at my gym. So to help them out, I stand next to them to make them look bigger, except in the shower. Thank you very much. My name is Alan Weiss. You can find me on Instagram at Alan W. Weiss. Thank you very much.
Alan W. Weiss, not to be confused with any other Alan Weiss.
Yep.
That's the whole thing there.
There's a lot of Alan.
There's a lot. Oh, you're telling me a lot of Alan Weisses. There's a lot of Alan Weisses. Yes, there are. And we want to say hello to Field of Dreams, by the way. If you do present your discount card, you'll get 10% off across the street. Field of Dreams is where you have a dream. And this gentleman coming up to the stage, he had a dream, and he came up here, and he's going to come up here making his debut for a few minutes. Let's give it up for the comedy of the one and only Leroy Jackson.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? All right. I'm Leroy Jackson, Leroy A. Jackson. Just moving here from the South.
Whoa.
Yeah. I got that Southern accent. How's everybody doing tonight? How the ladies doing tonight? How y'all doing? Hey, how y'all doing? How the fellas doing? Y'all looking fly tonight, man. How y'all doing? Okay, so I'm just gonna talk today. Just talking. My mother and father, they're from the South. Anybody ever got whoopings? Whoopings, I stay getting whoopings. I mean, whoopings all day, every day. Whoopings for no reason. Whoopings for no reason. I got a whooping one time from my dad. My mom always used to send me to my father. Anytime I did something I shouldn't do, she'd say, "Go to your father." And I went to my father, and he'll give me a long, drawn-out message. You know, a lecture, you know what I'm saying, before he gives me a whooping, and then tell me right before he gets ready to whoop me, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't whoop you. I'm like, you ain't got to whoop me. I'm serious. Why do you have to whoop me? I know what I'm saying. But anyway, L.A., it's always something going on here. City that never sleeps. But for some odd reason, I don't pay attention to nothing that goes on around here. I mean, I see everything that goes on around here, but I don't pay attention to anything that goes on around here. It's like a very tedious day, you know? Like long and drawn out. Like, seriously? Like, okay. Let's move on. Yes, indeed. Being here, it makes me pray every day that it does not run me crazy. Yes, Lord. I'm just praying that I keep my head on straight here. Let's talk about. I just graduated from the University of Phoenix. Woo! Yes. The University of Phoenix. I just graduated with my master's. Yes, and my master's in business, MBA, and I'm proud of that accomplishment. Yeah. I'm so proud of that. Let's talk about relationships. Okay, me personally, I can't keep a relationship for longer than 6 months for some reason. Can anybody tell me what's going on with that? Like, why do I have such a problem keeping a relationship longer than 6 months? Like, after 6 months, it's over with. Like, it is over with. I find some reason to leave, or I just never show up again. I'm serious. I never show up to the relationship ever again. I don't know what's going on with that. But that's all I got on today. I hope I made y'all laugh. You know, hey, I'm Leroy A. Jackson. You can find me on TikTok. Leroy A. Jackson at Leroy A. Jackson. Leroy.A.Jackson. Yeah, TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. It was great seeing you all. I'm glad to speak with you all on today. Bye.
Yeah, Leroy. Yeah. Hey, how was that action, Jackson?
Yeah, that was great.
Did you really like it?
Yeah, that was great.
Give him a round of applause. It's his first time on stage. And I am so fascinated that to drive from Mississippi, it takes 3 days. Did you know that? I've never been to MISSISSIPI. You know the reason why I'm saying that? Because I'm trying to pronounce the next name. And I'm going to do it if you dare. Art Tiliev, please come here. Thank you. Give it up for Art.
Thank you very much. You always pronounce my name right. I don't know what you're talking about. Artem Tiliev. I am Armenian, and there's my wife over there. We actually got married last year, and after we got married, nothing changed. And I never want to divorce her because I don't want anything to change. So here we go. Yeah. So yeah, I'm Armenian, and I used to be a really proud Armenian, but then Kardashians came out. And after that, I'm just Armenian quietly. Yeah, but, I actually sent them an email to Kardashians, and they never replied back. I don't know why. They always say on the show that family is the most important thing, and as you know, all Armenians are related, right? So I guess they're just saying it for TV, because they never replied. But fuck the Kardashians then. Fuck them. Yeah, I'm going to be the next big thing, so. For Armenians. Very humble. Another thing going on for me is I'm from Russia. Arguably the worst country to be from nowadays. Yeah. But I lived there for 20 years. I don't recommend it though. And I don't want to give anybody wrong idea because Russia is great. It's just not great for everybody. See, in Russia, it doesn't matter who you are or what you do. It's all about what you took and who you took it from. That's the measure of success. That's why it's good, but not so good for everybody. Yeah. Ukraine. People, ask me, what do you think about Ukraine when they find out about me being from Russia? I mean, I don't really think much about Ukraine. I just have a message for all the Ukrainians. Russian people don't want Ukraine. We don't even want Russia. If we are invading another country, why does it have to be Ukraine? I mean, we don't want it. I mean, Ukraine, they can keep the Ukraine, all right? Plus, we have a ton of it already. It's called Russia. It's like the same thing. You can literally walk across the border, you won't spot the difference. So what are we doing this for? For more land? I mean, have you seen the size of Russia? There are places over there that human foot never stepped. Why don't we go and look over there? Maybe it's pretty good up there. I don't know. I would understand if Ukraine tried to take piece of Russia because, they need more land to grow grain and potatoes. They do a really good job of that. Yeah, but we don't need any more. And a little bit less would still be plenty, If we're going to invade another country, let's pick a good one. Come on. Why, maybe a Finland. That's pretty good. It's also cold. It's familiar. And, we can learn something from the Finnish. Like, they don't need vodka to stay warm. They use heat. That's good, right? So we can do the same thing. We don't need to get shit-faced to stay warm. We just turn up the thermostat, and it works. It may not be as much fun, but it works. And no need to worry about the gas, because Russia will never run out of gas. Never. Yeah. I gotta be honest with all of you guys. When I first came here, a long time ago, our original goal was to destroy American economy and come back home a national hero. But after living here for a few years, I realized this is exactly what Democrats are doing. And it doesn't look like they need my help. They're doing a really good job at it. So I'm just here to watch the show, The show is pretty good. It's good. I like it. And this country is good, United States of America. Yep. Sometimes I meet people that never been anywhere else but in California. And they say, oh, I can't wait to get out of this shithole. I wish I was born somewhere else. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're stupid. You've never been anywhere else. How can you say that? Man. And then I break it to them. I say, I hate to break it to you, but this is what good looks like, all right? This is good. And it could have been much better if Americans beat their kids, Okay. Seriously, the ass whooping is really underrated in this country. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, Americans think it's not good for kids. It was really good for you. Look at you. You got master's degree in MBA. You should call your dad and say, thank you, Daddy. Oh, man. Yeah, ass whooping is very underrated over here. Like, it works out great for the rest of the world, That's how they get ahead of us, all right? Because they're willing to invest in their children. And I thought Americans are patriots, Like, if you don't want to do it for your kids, do it for your country. Yeah, because it can be much better, Like, my parents, they grew up, they were born in Soviet Union, and everybody who grew up in Soviet Union had their asses whooped. That's just a part of a Soviet educational system, You raise soldiers, It started early morning at home, then you got some more in school where they use special equipment for that. And then you got another one at the end of the day at home, so just to make sure the other two didn't go to waste. Yeah. And they were teaching kids from young age that if you do something wrong, somebody's going to come over, is going to hurt you, And the problem is that it didn't change when you grew up, The stakes gotten higher. So, the shit didn't last, it fell apart. Yeah. I was also born in Soviet Union. That's how old I am. Yeah, maybe that don't look like it, but that's how old I am. And by the time I went to first grade, the Soviet already fell. Democracy came, and nobody gave a shit after that. Just be whatever you want to be. So I didn't get the benefit of the educational system of the Soviet Union, and my parents didn't beat me. Like my grandma did for them. and she was really good at it, man. She was also very dedicated because in most families, after the first or second kid, you know, they kind of give up. You know, they're like, you know, those two took so much energy out. You know, let's just leave the rest of them alone and see what happens. Yeah, but that wasn't the case because she was whooping ass, you know. Yeah, and where I'm from, same thing as where you from. If they beat you, that means they love you. And my grandma proved her love every day, you know. I think I was her favorite because she had a bunch of other kids and grandkids. We had our battles. She told my mom one time, all the other kids that took the beating, but this is the only one who's fighting back. What's up with that? I mean, what do you mean, what's up with that? You throwing heavy leather at me, you know? I have survival instincts kicking in. Plus, you had 7 previous opponents, and this is my debut, you know? I gotta come in with an A game. Yeah. Sometimes she would hit me for no reason, man. I say, what was that for? I didn't do anything. And she'd be like, I know you didn't, but who said life was fair? Life is not fair, even in the United States of America. Yeah. The worst thing she's done is she put salt in my mouth one time. Man, that's a lesson. I would rather have her whoop my ass, to be honest with you, because that burning sensation, you sprinkle some water, you know, you walk it off and it goes away, but salt in your mouth is like dissolves your face. Yeah, whatever she tried to teach me that day, I learned real good. That was the last time I called her a bitch. Yeah. You know, we had battles. My aunt, she was gone early. You know, she could have lived longer. But my mom my aunt accused me of causing her early death because I almost gave her a heart attack a few times. Yeah, but I love her so much. That's why I train combat sports. Yeah. My dad actually hit me one time. Not because he tried to educate me, but because he got angry. You know, it was later on in life. I told him, let me borrow the car, Dad. I want to go for a drive. And he said, nah. I'm like, all right. So I went to the garage. I rolled the car out, and I started it around the corner so he wouldn't hear it. And then when I was coming back home, I already saw him standing outside, you know, like getting ready. I knew he's going to hit me because he had the same look on his face that his mother had when she was about to whoop my ass. And I came out of the car, and he punched me in the chest. And I said, Dad, your mama hits harder. He said, I know, son. So this is when we made peace, you know. Yeah. I think I'm running out of time. Yeah, I got a little bit more? All right. Yeah. Cocaine. You guys were talking about cocaine, right? You know, I'm not allowed to do cocaine. I've done it once, and I would never do it again. Because we went to the nightclub, and I was looking around, and there was this big dude standing there. He was maybe like 6'4", and I didn't like how he looked at me. So I walked over to him, very confident walk, and I go, what's up? And the guy couldn't believe it. He was like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. Who knows what this little beast has? I don't even know how I looked like, what was the expression on my face, but I said, man, I would never do cocaine again. Yeah. But as an Armenian, every Armenian in their life, at some point, have to make a choice between cocaine and cologne. Because you cannot do both, you know. That's very unaffordable. Even bowlers cannot afford it. You know, if you smell an Armenian from far away, and he looks like he just done some cocaine, you know, that means he's gonna go broke in a couple of months. That's what it means. Yeah. All right, this is my time. Thank you so much, guys. Artem Tiliev. You can find me on Instagram, artem.tiliev. Thank you, Sunda.
Thank you. Give him a Artem. There you go. I got that name right.
Yes, thank you.
Did I?
Let's do it.
There you go. There you go. Hey, we're doing it. You can't get any higher till you hear the comedy of David Schneider. Let's do this.
Thank you.
To answer your question.
Thank you so much, guys. All right.
Schneider.
I hate going to new doctors. You know what? It's the new patient forms. You know, the ones that always ask if me or anybody in my extended family, including my grandparents, ever had any of like 100 different medical issues. And if yes, they want details. Like recently, I had to go to a podiatrist, right, to remove this bunion on my left foot. And one of the questions on the form asked about sexually transmitted diseases. So now I got to call my older brother up to find out if grandma was a slut. Who the fuck? How the fuck does a bunion have anything to do with a sexually transmitted disease? I told the receptionist, because, hey, I think I'm going to limit all questions to my feet. Unless there's something about my procedure that ends in a blowjob. Who answers yes to the question, by the way? And what kind of details did I give? I picture like some college student in the waiting room thinking details. All right, let's see. We had spring break, plus Cabo, plus tequila shots. And once you subtract the condoms, you get chlamydia. I think they ask those questions just to protect themselves. So actually, I think they ask it for gossip, you know, office gossip, or to protect themselves. Kind of like, hey, Sheila, why don't you take Mr. Jackson here to exam room number 2, and whatever you do, don't fuck him. Yeah. No bueno. List all prior surgeries. All of them? Including my nose job from 30 years ago. It was for a medical condition, nasal polyps. So my health insurance was led to believe. And why is a podiatrist asking me for my emergency contact information? Do they really have emergencies? I mean, in all my life, I never once heard somebody yell out, "Is there a podiatrist in the house?" Step back, give him air. He's got fallen arches. I wanted to put down my malpractice lawyer's information down, you know. Maybe let the Dr. Foot know that don't fuck up this time. I fucked up that joke. But it had to be a family or friend. So now I got a quagmire. Do I list my friend, who's a board-certified ER doctor, trained to save lives every day? I get to tell the podiatrist, hey, if shit happens, this is the guy to call. A real doctor, went to a real school, studied all the body parts, not just the end piece. Or do I list my wife, who's into holistic medicine, and try to heal my bunion with crystals and herbs? I had to list my wife. You know, she'd take it real personal, but with instructions. In the unlikely event my bunion removal procedure goes horribly wrong and I die, she's to immediately Google more impressive procedures to die from. Yeah. When people ask what the cause of my death was it cancer, a heart attack? I don't want my wife saying, no, your shoes were too tight. When I was finished, I figured I'd read some magazines while waiting to see the doctor. They had the typical ones, you know, People, Car and Driver, Golf, the latest issue of Foot magazine. And they all were stamped with "Please do not remove from office." Like a magazine about feet is all that's missing from my coffee table. Call my wife, tell her to cancel the subscription. You can get it free here. I don't know if you know this, but a foot has 26 bones only. I know that. I looked it up just for this joke. Right? And I don't know what it takes to become a podiatrist. I mean, maybe you watch 2, 3 YouTube videos, and then you come to the realization that 80% of all foot problems could be solved with a Dr. Scholl's insert. When I finally saw the doctor, he did what every doctor always does, that always annoys the shit out of me. This kind, it was a demonstration using the plastic model of the foot. I know this is his moment to shine. I know a live show about a foot is all he dreams about. But like in my head, right here, I'm screaming, put the fucking toy down. I don't give a shit. But you know what? I felt like I had to listen. I mean, listen, look at the effort this guy did to play doctor. He's wearing the white coat. It's got his name with a couple of random letters on it, you know? I even tried to act excited, like, holy shit. I always want to know what the name of that bone was behind the middle toe. And now, thanks to you, my journey has ended. When he was finished, he asked if I had any questions. I said, about feet? Fuck no. Then I felt bad, you know? I said, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Now listen, I'll always forget this one. Which is the little piggy that went to market? Done.
Hey, where do we find you?
Right here.
Right here.
I'm not leaving.
Snyder, I'm so glad. Look, I tell you, I went to the podiatrist,
Did you?
and it's a new one.
What's her
And it was very painful. Laura
Oh.
something, but all I know is that she was like, so what are you here for? And I was like, take a look at my feet. But I had to answer those questions. They had suicide on mine. If anybody committed suicide. Where are you going? George, you're next. Yes.
Oh.
If you're watching HBO and Netflix and all that, you're going to know this guy. He'll tell you all about it. Let's give it up for the comedy, the one and only Albert Linton. Let him hear you.
All right, thank you. Keep it going for Sunda. Keep it going for LA School of Comedy, and keep going for yourselves for being out here tonight. And it's kind of chilly out tonight, and it's nighttime, and it's dark, and people are going to sleep. The birds aren't flying anymore. The bugs are not out. The wind has died down. It's kind of cold out, but it's a typical, what is this, Friday night here in L.A. And here you are in the classroom. You fuckers have no life, do you? Welcome to the club of no life. I'm right in here with you. I was going to the bathroom to pee, and at my age, when you get the signal to pee, you need to do it. You don't ignore it. You don't say, okay, I'll put it off for another minute and come back, you know. It's like, no, you better do that shit right now. So I was, as soon as I'm done here, what is it, 25 minutes or so I got? So I wore my bling bling for you. Did you see that? I wanted to look like, oh, Albert's got shit on his fingers. Now I just gotta get a gold tooth or a row, you know, all across here. A gold tooth that spells Cadillac, something like that, you know. So I can be my black role, play a black dude. I play a black dude on some black show. That's what I'm gonna do. So, hope you guys have had a great day. I've had a fantastic day. It's always hard to come down after you've been on a set and you TV set or movie set. The next day it's like, boom. No one is paying attention to you. Nobody gives a shit about you. And when you were on the set, you were the shit. Everybody wanted to make sure you were comfortable. Wanted to know where you were. They brought you stuff. Afterwards, they get out of here, man. We're done with you. Get on out of here. Don't come back unless they will arrest you if you go back. They aren't kidding around. It's a private set. They aren't messing around. They're trying to get this movie done, man. So it's good to get that attention, and then when it's over, it feels so lonely. You know, the higher you go, the lower you fall, right? With emotions. So I try and guard myself. So if I feel myself getting really high, happy about something, you know, I try to cut it off. You know, don't get too happy, because you go real high, you're gonna go real low, and I can't afford it, man. Depression. Ooh. That's a clinical problem. I was married to a woman who told me she was depressed when I first met her, and I said, oh, well, you know what that means. She gets a headache every now and then. That's what I thought. I had no idea. And then we got married, and 5 years in, she's committing suicide. I'm depressed. That's not the depression I thought you had, darling. I thought you meant you needed a Bayer aspirin or some kind of shit like that. You need a whole new fucking head. That's what you need, because there's nothing wrong with your life. You're rich. Your family's got oil money, and you swear that you don't have anything going. Who are these people? My mom was born in 1921. 1921. The week she was born in Americus, Georgia, in 1921, there was a newspaper headline in the Atlanta Journal that said, they lynched him, and then his wife started complaining about it, so they lynched her too. Ha, ha, ha. That's a true headline from the Atlanta Journal, and she's going to tell me she had a hard time? She's going to bite me, right? People need historical perspective. When she was born, well, it wasn't that tough. But then she was white, so, you know, she had her own issues to deal with, because she's a woman in Louisiana in a rich family. They got to decide, where's this money going to go? Who's going to get this money? Blah, blah, blah. So there's all that kind of shit. So she's kind of at a disadvantage because her dad was stupid. Her dad married a mail order bride from the Ukraine. And she came over and they got married. And then all of a sudden, her grandmother got sick. So she had to go back to the Ukraine. And so he, her father, my wife's father, decides, oh, I'm going to sell all of my stuff and go to Ukraine and start a fish farm. Tilapia. Yeah, over in the Ukraine. So he sold all his shares in the farm, not all of them, but, you know, enough to get, you know, several $100,000. I think it was 300,000. No, I'm thinking it was $750,000. So he takes this to Russia, and in 2 months, he's dead. Yeah, and they said, oh, no, he slipped and hit his head. Well, where's his money? We don't know. We don't know. We have no idea. And it turns out, oh, she's pregnant. Now, hold on. Then it turns out that her cousin, the guy who called her to tell her that her grandmother was sick, was actually her husband, and they had 2 kids already. So I'm like, dude, you hate America so bad that you're going to order a bitch from across seas? How desperate are you? You fucked up with that many women, they put a wanted poster out for your ass. Do not date this nigga right here, right? I'm going, you know, he's going to buy a woman. Man, and she wasn't even that hot. I saw her. I mean, I would have done her from behind, but I'm just saying, she wasn't that hot for a mail order bride. I mean, if I'm going to spend money to get a mail order bride, she's got to look like something. I mean, better than the average chick in the apartment complex, you know, who doesn't know what makeup is. There's a bunch of them in my apartment complex. They're all in their 70s and 80s. And I'm like, you need to make up the most, babe. Put it on, girl, come on. And we all tool around, or like old people doing shit inside our protected building. Like we own some shit. We don't own shit. But it's all cool. It's good to be old. The alternative to getting old is, well, it pretty much sucks, doesn't it? Pretty much sucks. That's not what I wanted to talk about either. I wanted to talk about, I had some notes. How many? I had 30 minutes left? 3.5? 3.5? Well, that ain't enough. Takes me that long to breathe. All right, come on, baby, open up. Okay. All right. There was just a couple of things I was going to touch on. Quick note. Oh, come on, I need it.
Oh, you know this already.
The note disappeared. No, there's no stuff from today that I wanted to try. And now I can't find it. All right, well, let's try this. Oh, okay, so I remembered that I was on another movie that I'm in March of 2022, and it's called Into the Void, and we shot it here, and I just remembered. So I got Into the Void, Cabbage, Lace, and Blackhampton over the last year or so. It's been a good year for me. It's been a good year. I've had a lot of material stuff. And spiritually, you know, I became a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So my spiritual life is on track. Now if I could just hog tie a woman, I'm going to find one, hit her in the head. Come with me, girl, we're back to the church. I don't know. I have to be married. I'm not a single guy. I'm a married guy. I have to be married. But I have to, like, the woman has to be a member of my church. And she has to be marriageable. Well, you know, she has to want to get married. No, she has to, I don't care if she wants to get married or not. She has to marry me and she has to be in my church. If she don't want to do that, then she ain't going to be my wife. That's the way that goes, because I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You would call me a Mormon, but I'm not. I'm a Latter-day Saint. So, bless you, children. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. So anyway, looking for a woman. I wrote a song about it. That's what it was. It was not mine, but the lyrics go, looking for love when I get up in the morning and comb my hair. I'm looking for love to call my own. Anyone remember those lyrics? No? All right. When I mash potatoes and something. I'm looking for a love to call my own. I am so old. I realized that I could stand up here and talk for the next 10 hours and not reach one conclusion on anything. Just go from principle to principle, never an accurate analysis or a conclusion. Is that it for me? It's been a real pleasure. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show. And you can see me on, like I said, I'm on Lace. It's on HBO, All Black, The Black Hamptons also, and Into the Void. And if you're adventurous and you go on YouTube, you can also find me on Cabbage, also a movie.
All right.
And my name, on Facebook, I'm Albert Linton. And on Instagram, I'm Albert Linton Comedy. And to my mom, I'm just kidding.
Albert Linton, we love you. We love you. I hope I'm doing this right. I'm probably not. As you didn't know this, but I made a mistake, but I just wanted to say that we are having this improv coming in January. And your improv teacher is here, not to do improv, but to give you a few minutes of comedy. Let's give it up for Ryan Benson. Let him hear you.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey.
Everyone surviving, they're alive. We've made it through the week, whether we like it or not. We're here. You guys want to see my only talent I got? That's all I got. I'll show you if you want. You guys want it?
Show us.
Okay, cool. You ready? That's not it. Okay. That's not it. Stage mishap. Here it is. You want to hear it again? Or you can make it louder. Go. That's what got me into USC. So that's how I got through there. Thank you. You know, I've done that throughout like high school and stuff, and it's mixed reactions. Either I get kicked out of class or they stop class for it to show to other people. But it's, you know, you need something to stick out. And that's what it did. So it got me into USC. I didn't need to bribe a lot, though. It just, you know, I'm part of the whistling department, you know. That's how they faked it, you know. You know, you see me here. I tend to go by different titles as my profession from time to time. I'm an actor, I guess you could say. Comedian, as I'm doing it here. A lover, you know. We're just like we're all lovers, but, you know. To identify yourself as a lover just means you love being a lover. I think that's what it means. Or I'll keep telling myself that. But the other thing I am is anything you want me to be for $25. Yeah. Acting, it's a weird thing. I've studied it for 4 years at USC and I'm done. Today's the last day. I finished. You should be thanking my parents for that too much money on that. You know, it's okay. It's like if you want to go to a big private university, I think, for like a meaningful degree that takes you places. And now I'm looking at like a starting salary of a meal credit. You know, my name's on it. That was in the background if you look. I did the closest thing that I did to, if you ever saw me, would be in Candy Cane Lane, the new movie. I was in the background of that. I did that. That was at Universal Studios. It was cool. But I like bumped into Eddie Murphy at one point, literally. He shoved me. Yeah, it was like we were being chased by CGI like chickens and geese. And we were on the set of the Desperate Housewives season 1. So it's a weird thing. Acting's weird. And then, you know, Black Santa comes on a giant, like, souped up, like, sleigh. And they said we couldn't show photos of it because it's intellectual property, but I took photos. Of course. It was cool. But, you know, it's like 12-hour nights and during school, so I just do that for a while. I'm non-union, so I'm fighting hard. They don't give hand warmers to non-union people. You know, one day we'll get those hand warmers. I'm now just gonna bring them, and you know I've heard for the hot, like they won't give you sunscreen either, so you got to be careful. I gotta be careful. So I'll be ready. The one thing that's cool though, if I do end up getting famous, you won't need to worry too much. You can't sell my soul because I don't have one. You could say I'm a redhead, I guess. That's kind of the thing. You know, it's like, I'm not a minority, but redhead lives matter. We burn easily, our skin and our souls and our hearts. I guess not souls, because we'll fix that. Let's see. I still go to the dining halls at USC, even though I pretty much just graduated. It's like a quarter life crisis. I still want to feel like I'm now that I'm done, I'm like, fuck, I should have tried a bit harder. But I guess that's every time. I guess it's better to be like, no, I should have tried less. You'd rather not. Yeah, I feel like I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna show up to classes next semester still. And, you know, it's okay. They won't care. As long as I don't look homeless, they're usually okay with me on campus. And even then, they'll let you walk around if you're homeless now. But you just got to be nice. Don't hurt their feelings. But while I'm at the dining hall a lot, I'm watching people. You know, when you're lonely, you watch people. You imagine you're friends with them. Sometimes you see people that are different than you. I one time saw a person who's blind. Yes. You know, it's nothing wrong with being blind. I have eyes, so I can't relate to it personally. But I like my eyes. And I know that I feel sad for someone who doesn't have eyes. I mean, she has eyes, but, you know, they're not being used. So I feel sad. Like, I like seeing things. When I see things I feel good that I like. If you don't see them, there's not much point in it. At least that's my ableist perspective. But I felt sad. I see her walking around. I guess I'm a little bit jealous because she has a dog. So that kind of could add to it, you know. I wish I could just walk around with a dog. But, you know, she doesn't have eyes still. So I hope for her. But then I see her walking around one day, so holding someone's hand, and I'm like, you know, that's good. Give the dog a break. Need someone to help. And they sit down across, like, the thing from me, and I'm like, oh, damn, wait, they're kissing. I'm like, what? No. It's nothing wrong with blind love. It's okay. I have nothing against it, but I was like, damn. I'm the one who was feeling bad for her. And I'm like, I'm the lonely one. And it's like, you know, if she could see me, I mean, if she could hear me, I guess, she would feel sad for me. But it really goes to show that love is blind. One day I'll figure it out. I guess I gotta just pour some Drano in my eyes, and I'll see clearly. Oh, what else? I've once, when I was young, I now have a horrible fear of kites, a kite phobia. It started when I was young. My dad was like, let's go kites. Let's do kites things. It's you get them, and you go out to the beach. I guess we picked a bad day. It was the edge of a hurricane, kind of. Which I guess, like me, I was like, this is good wind. You know it's good wind when the sand hurts your skin. So I went out there. I was probably like 6 or 7. I didn't really know how kites worked. I knew it goes up and then try to keep it up. And it managed to, you know, go up and then around my ankle and then around my ankle again. And then it started pulling me towards the ocean.
Oh my God.
And it was like, I probably like have like created a whole imagination in my head of just like, it's probably like wasn't as bad as it was, but I imagined myself being like pretty much like the wind, the god of nature was just like, no, it's time. You fucked with too many people. We're going to take you out. So for about 10 seconds, I thought it was either drowning or going to be flown into space. But I think it would be a cool superhero origin story at least. You know, Kite Man. One day, when he's in a hurricane storm, he's flying a kite. Wraps around him, gets struck by lightning, and now he can only make kids slightly entertained. Something's there, I think, or I'll figure it out. But let's see. The strikes ended. For those union people, fuck you. I'm non-union, but I love you. Give me money. I'll be okay. But I supported them during the strike as best as I can by only watching non-union porn. It's, you know, amateur stuff. It's where you really discover true talent. I feel like since I'm done with school, I feel like the only use for my acting degree is, you know, making an acting school for porn stars. A lot of untapped potential there. I think it's very cool. that what they're doing for us, for humanity. I just don't think they're trying hard enough to believe it. You know, I want to really see what it's like if you fuck your stepmom. I want to feel like, you know, the truth. And I've already come up with the name, the Academy for the Sexual Savants, ASS for short. I'm giving out free scholarships to those who are hot. Just polling, you know, we'll start it, we'll get it going. Still looking for a dean. Thank you. My name's Ryan Benson. You can find me on Instagram at ryan.benson or at the Levi's store at Century City, Saturday, Sunday. I'm really good at putting pants on you, but I'm better at taking them off. Thank you.
Wow! We did it! What a night! I'm so glad you guys came. And like, guys, listen, we need some help with the Rotary Club. You own buildings. You got to help us out. Come on, you got to help us out. We're packing up. We're what else are we doing for the Rotary Club? Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, it's too much. You could? Because we need Rotarats. Right?
Those are called
Rotarians. What are they, Rotarian? Well, anyway, we need help. The Rotary Club is great. Rotaractors. Rotaractors, that's what I was telling you. And
So what do you need? What do you need?
we need,
Bodies?
well, we'll tell you about it later. Right now, I'm going to end this show because I got to go and watch our podcast talk show on the go, because this talk show is on the go. And remember, when someone's on stage, you don't speak, but I want to thank you for coming out, by the way. That's quite all right, but you're learning right now. How about a round of applause to everyone that makes it happen? Thank you, Jason Ham, Ryan Benson, and your comedy concierge, Samantha Linderman. We are out on